Good morning, everyone. My name is Jean McNiff and I work here at St. Mary's, and it's very, very good to be here and to meet in these really good circumstances and to keep the enthusiasm going for educational research. This entire session is being videoed, and it may be that the video camera will turn on you. Now, is everyone all right with that? Because I really do need to check this in terms of ethical procedures. If I were a really, really good and rigorous educational researcher, I would have prepared ethics statements and slips for signing and so on, but these things happen. So is everyone all right with that? Yeah, okay. And if you would like, now I'm saying this without knowing what I'm saying, if you would like a copy of the DVD when it is finished and you are on it, would you like a copy of that? Because am I right in saying that can be arranged? It can be. Great. So we'll need your address and your name to say where to send it and so on. Okay, now another thing I need to negotiate with you is I would much like to make this session interactive. I mean really interactive. Are you okay with that? The room does not lend itself entirely to interaction. I think buildings are designed to suit the dominant epistemologies, and the dominant epistemology in most universities is, somebody knows and the others listen. And so buildings are arranged like that. This is a really nice room, but it will be interactive, and I need your confirmation that you will interact. That's great. I am not going to use technology other than very clear technology that we have here, and you can see that, and it all will be revealed. As a starting point for this workshop, you need to know the title, and the title of it is this: I know how to set the caged bird free. We all know the very, very famous book by Maya Angelou around I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. And I think now we need to go forward and say, well, I know how to set the caged bird free. And then forward again into, and I know how to ensure that birds don't get caged in the first place. So you can see that we've got here a variety of cages to bring in to our database as we work through what is going to be, in the next hour or so, an action inquiry. I'd like us to turn this session into an action inquiry. And I think that's quite important because a couple of weeks ago you saw Bernie Sullivan's name mentioned yesterday on Jack Whitehead's website. And Bernie is a very dear friend of mine now. We work together in Limerick. She lives in Dublin, but we studied together at the University of Limerick. And Bernie said to me, I wasn't aware. She read this book because all of my colleagues in Limerick actually appear in this book and in the other one. And so I send them copies of the book on publication, and she read it. And she said, until I read that book, I wasn't actually aware that you did action research. She said, I thought your job was supporting other people doing their action research, but I wasn't aware that you also did your action research until I read this book. And the book is actually a research account by Jack and myself around our research. And so that brought home to me the importance of everybody being quite clear for themselves and communicating to other people the fact that they are constantly involved in doing action research. And definitely I am. And I regard my life as a life of inquiry. I never stop asking questions. And I found that it's actually quite helpful, very helpful, to formalize that whole inquiry base into a specific research question and a specific research project. This is very similar to what Joan was saying yesterday. She was talking about action inquiry and then action research. So what I'd like to do now is for us to work together doing some action research, and me as well, but in relation to a specific topic. Now, are you okay on that? And what I've said, does that make sense to everyone? So everyone's ready and energetic. Very good. Now, the area of concern, I'm adopting now, you can see, I'm adopting an action research methodology. And you can find this methodology spelled out in this book, and that book, and all over the shop. And the questions are, what is my concern? Why am I concerned? How can I show the situation as it is, as I monitor it, and as the situation itself changes? So how can I show the situation? How can I gather data around the situation? How can I monitor my practice? Then the next question is, how can I be reasonably confident that any conclusions I come to are reasonably fair and accurate? So that's the whole idea of testing our claims to knowledge. And then how do I modify my practice in light of the evaluation? Now, if you're writing down those questions, don't worry, you can go to my website and they're all there on that little booklet, or you can have a look at these books or any of the books, or just drop me an email and I'll send them back to you. So if there is anything you're writing down and you don't get it, don't worry. And also ask anybody from St. Mary's here and they can